Very good day everybody, and welcome to another video. This is your personal TOLGI sim pilot. My name is Arkady Gidzenko. I will be your captain for today's flight. Well, hopefully it's going to be a flight, which brings us to the purpose, or maybe not the purpose, but to the core of this video. I just purchased the FlightFX Cessna Citation X, which should be a C750 if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's a C750. I must say I did not look into it too deeply. I saw a video in my stream or in my feed by 320 Sim Pilot. I clicked it, not really watched it. I just basically was like, oh, there's a new plane. So I went to purchase it. I installed it, and I loaded it up, and I logged in with my VetSim or with my Navigraph stuff and all that. Set up some camera views, but that's basically it. I did skim through the video, like through the first three quarters of the, first 1/3 of the video or something by 320 Sim Pilot. So if you want to know anything like in detail, do yourself a favor and check his video, because this guy knows what he's talking about. For me, I figured like it's an impulse action to just purchase this. Maybe call it retail therapy, but whatever. I felt like just diving in and sharing it with you guys. Just see me struggle. It's called First Flight, but actually it's probably better if it's called See Me Struggle. I did create a little flight plan from Frankfurt, Germany, to Copenhagen in Denmark. Should be like a 1 hour, 30-minute flight or something. I have no clue if we're going to get this sucker off the ground, and I'd like to challenge myself, like to see, with the knowledge that I do have, would I be able to, to get something decent out of this little thing. So that's basically the disclaimer out of the way. We are using GSX. It is running in the background, GSX, and also the Aerosoft Simple Traffic Tool. I'm not sure if I will actually be using GSX for this one. So yeah, let's just hop on in and see where we crash. We got the Volanta overlay there as well. Right, so as I said, just parked here at some of the stands in Frankfurt. Haven't really actually done any kind of walk around. And again, if you check that 320 Sim Pilot video, he will explain to you everything, every little detail, what is what. And if he doesn't know, he'll also tell you. So if you want to be educated, maybe this is not the video for you, unless you want to be educated in what happens when somebody blindly purchases an aircraft on a whim and an impulse and then just tries to fly it. That would be totally different kind of psychological research, But here we are. So we have probably looks like a landing light. And yeah, so she just loaded up. Looks like all the covers and everything are still in place there. Usually, you can just go to the EFB and select like a clean plane. Whoops, let's not go through the wing. But yeah, it's a business jet, and believe she can fly like really high, like 40,000 feet or 50,000 feet even, and Mach 0.9 something, 0.92 I believe. So that appears to be all quite impressive. So I figured, let's just buy this sucker and just dive in blindly, blunder blindly forward, and let's see what this thing can do. Right, so let's hop on in. So as I said, all I did was log in with my Navigraph account and just set up these little camera angles for use. These are the things that I probably expect to be using, but not sure if the visibility here is good, so maybe I need some extra camera angles to zoom in a little bit more for convenience. So yeah, where to start? Would be a very good question. We do have Navigraph, but it doesn't look like I could import any flight or something from here. So probably that will be done through the FMC. So maybe just get this thing some power first. Okay, so there's nothing in the overhead. probably can get the yoke out of the way. Right, so guessing battery 1 and battery 2, never a bad idea. External power, if that's available, but usually these things you should be able to see on the EFB. Wait, ground services, there you go. Let's get the proper angle. Instrument covers, engine cover. Let's keep the chocks in place for a little bit. Maybe let's open the main door, that sounds cute. Why not the luggage door too? And let's have some ground power units. There you go. Right, so then back to the switches here, external power. And I guess emergency lights armed. And here we got some floodlights. I do like this sound. What is this saying? Left hand, right hand, LH generator. Fuel boost, engine start, the engine start bits. So I don't know what I'm getting myself into, people. I guess we can probably turn on the avionics. And the EKCH as well. And then the aircraft appears to be coming alive. Let's have a look outside. Would be cool if we could do, let's see, GSX. Maybe we can actually, I don't know. Simply if aircraft doesn't match. Oh really? I may have to change something, so stand by 1 second. Yeah, which goes to show how little how impulsive I went. It's saying here, let's see, just to edit flight. Okay, so this is just happening off the screen. I'm sorry, you cannot see all of this. It is saying aircraft type C750, Citation X. So, and then I can choose if I want to specify between winglet or non-winglet. Does this apply to us? Do we just try non-winglet? I have no clue if any of this is going to be anything. So non-winglet. And then just regenerate. And otherwise it's okay, we'll just use it without GSX, you know. Just for the purpose of exploring this aircraft anyway. So let's reload assembly. No, it doesn't like it. Okay, so let's forget about GSX. So we got the door open. We removed all the little covers and everything. And yeah, let's get back inside. So where's the ground power unit? Should be in the right aft section. There it is. And here's the baggage right underneath this quite a huge engine actually. Such a small plane. Looks quite huge. Alright, okay. Let's get back in. So aircraft sort of come to life. Like if this were like a new Boeing, I would be much more at ease. I'm gonna tell you that. Right, nav ident. Posit it. I'm guessing just using GPS. Do we just load maybe? Load it, okay. And then we are allowed to go to flight plan. So is there now any way that we can get our flight plan through SimBrief into the FMC? That would be really cool. What's this do? Oh. Okay, there it went. Okay, so that gets lit. This is like a refresh kind of thing. This probably is on it. Oh, this I can, oh, that's killed. Okay, so I just totally messed up my camera view, so let's just, hopefully this resets, sort of. No, sorry, Bob, does not. Yeah, that's a little bit of a shame. Alright. Okay, so these are directional, alright, cool. Config general. High-res line speed, let's do realistic. Not sure what they mean with user interface throttle cue. Noise reduction, activate noise reduction. Probably like simulating noise cancelling headsets, but let's not for now. Auto throttle, that would be nice. Enable auto throttle module. I'm not sure if that's realistic, but I must say I really like it. Auto throttle release on throttle input. Let's keep that off for a little bit. Screen style, CRT or LCD. That's interesting. Oh wow. Let's use the CRT just like it was. State, cold and dark, we already were there. Units, let's do kilograms. Temperature, Celsius. Primary flight display, barrel units, that would be hectopascal in Europe. And altitude units, feet is okay. Calibration, no clue. Hopefully this is not going to give us any problems. I never like all these hardware kind of things. Cabin layouts. Plated dinner. I don't know, let's do it. Alright, so that's, but there's nothing here actually, so we do have Navigraph. But I could not see anything. You can just look up maps and everything. So I don't know if it's actually totally linked then to, you know, if it's possible to get the flight plan through SimReef in here. Let's see, what options do we have? With the alphabet, Del and clear. Direct to progress page, flight plan, next and previous, navigation and performance. It does not really look like there's any kind of like main menu kind of thing. At least not through the buttons you would expect here. So maybe it's not possible and we'll just simply have to enter the flight plan manually. And I also don't think we can see then the flight plan. We could also not see it here then. Maybe I'm missing something. As I said, I'm just going really quick here, really spontaneous. This is the current time, location, temperature, wind, and it's all cool. We did not check weights. We can import something here from SimReef. Alright. And then I probably want a SimReef ID. So let's just, not really sure of. Stand by 1 second. Alright, see. Alright, so not sure how this works. I put in the SimReef information, import from SimReef, it gets us some data here. Reset, let's just blindly click apply here. And see what's going to happen. Alright, but again, it doesn't really appear like, what is FlightFX? Is it clickable? I think so. So under config, so I'm not sure. It doesn't look like there's a option to get the flight plan from SimReef, nor actually see the LFP. Fortunately, we do have sim brief up here, so we can have the OFP opened through here. But then we'll have to enter the flight plan manually, I think. Which in a way is kind of cool, obviously, you know. Kind of realistic, but at the same time, a bit of a drag. Let's see. Luckily, it's not a very long flight. The MARUN 3 Whiskey out of 25 cent. So that's an interesting FMC. Destination, can we start with that? And then departure. That was runway 25 center, MARUN 3 Whiskey. So next, 25 center, MARUN. So far okay, 3 Whiskey. So let's activate this. So after MARUN, Yankee 150 to TOLGI. So via Yankee 150. Do we need to use this format, the periods? TOLGI. So right now I'm just randomly trying to process and get through this. I guess. What does this give us? 1 knots warp one. TOLGI. Let's just give it a shot. Then direct to ELKIM. So ELKIM. Invalid entry. Oh, doesn't want to go there. Can we just do it like this? Okay, so this will take us to ELKIM. Then direct to MAKEL. Then we have the November 851 to GESKA. November 851. And I believe it was a period, right? To GESKA. Okay. Then the Zulu 711 to MONAK. So how do we enter our arrival? We saw a departure, but this one does not have a departure arrivals button like you see in many other FMCs. Departure, takeoff, this will be perf information, no. So I'm curious now, how do we enter the arrival? Surely you must be able to enter an arrival, right? Can we just type it in? I'm not expecting it. We need to specify a runway and everything. What if we click destination? That just copies it into the scratch pad, so that won't do anything, I guess. Select the flight plan 7 pages. The origin is there, the departing runway is there. We also were able to put in an actual departure, and that accepted all of that. And then we were able to manually enter some waypoints and some vias, like airways. For the most, seeing departure and no arrival possibility. That's interesting. Obviously doing something wrong, but that's the whole purpose of just diving into it, finding out the hard way. And what about these empty places here? Can we click them? Right now I'm just resorting to randomly button pressing. Can we click the via 2? Will that give us anything? Invalid left press. I'm very sorry, FMC. Departure we already clicked. Perf in it, well, you can click it, but I'm not expecting anything related to our actual arrival. Only performance-wise, obviously, but it's not what we're looking for. There is a progress page, but that usually should just display information rather than have you mess with it and feed it information. This is direct page. Nav, we didn't check the nav page, so that's actually a good one. Look at that, arrival. There you go. And there's also a SimRief option I noticed. Alright, flight plan recall. That could have saved us a lot of lot of trouble. Okay, so here we have EDDF, MARUN, Lugano. Alright, so the flight plan is down to 4 pages again. But this is looking a little bit better, I guess. So let's try departure. And next page we had 25 center, I believe. 25 center, and then we have the MARUN free whiskey. Okay, so this we just did earlier, activate. But then again, now we're up to 7 pages. Now let's go to nav and go arrival. Finally, there you go. Okay, so runway. Now as we're getting there, slowly but surely, 2 to the right with the MONAK 4 Charlie. So runway 2 to the right. Does it say ILS or anything? No, runway 2 to the right. ILS 2 to the right. Oh, that's interesting. Vectors Abegi, Adobe. Do we have any transitions? We come from GESKA, MONAK. Doesn't look like it. So then the MONAK 4 Charlie. So arrival. Star. MONAK 4 Charlie. Not sure what I'm doing now. Activate, there you go. Alright. Let's have a sip of my nicely cooled iced tea. It looks like, excuse me, like we have the flight plan finally, the complete flight plan. Also based on SimRief and a little bit of manual input like as normal in the flight simulator. Okay. Alright, so the next plan would I guess be the perf in it. That's 4 pages. So there's some climb targets, 300 knots during climb, cruise max speed, descent 300 knots as well. Position altitude. I'm not sure, I think it would apply to departing at least 5,000 performance in it, position altitude. Let's try 5,000. cruising altitude. And it's taking us to 390. So 350. Not sure if they require the FL. Let's first try 350. Some of these FMCs will start whining at you. There you go, invalid entry. I have no clue what you're talking about. Whatsoever. Nothing that comes even close. Okay, so flight level 350. There you are. Okay. Speed, altitude, limits, yeah, 250 below 10,000 feet is okay. And what else do we have? Page 4. DO, wait. Think ESP. That's nice. The fuel, 2036. Let's see if this is all, if this appears to make sense. Fuel, 2034. So yeah, I guess that that makes sense. Oh, if the control N isn't working. That looks okay. So I guess confirm in it. Alright. And take off. Runway 25, center, heading 250 degrees, length 4,000 meters. That's at air temperature, surface and wind. I'm not really sure what they're asking. I guess it's just the, let's have a look. ISA 10, so it's at 10 degrees. ISA 10 degrees, 20, I'm not sure what the difference is. 24 degrees Celsius is the actual temperature. 290 degrees at 8 knots. Outside air temperature was 24. We just entered like this, okay. And wind would be 290 at 8 knots. I'm not sure what they're asking. Let's try just the 8 knots. No. Oh, I see. Never mind. Where's the clear button? So what was it? 290? 290, 8 knots. So 290, 8 knots. There it is. Elevation 338. I believe it blindly, but nevertheless I will check. Elevation 363, so yeah, that's close enough. What else is there on the takeoff page? Runway slope width, threshold, runway condition, dry. And the next page. Anti-ice on flaps 5 or 15, so it looks like 15 is selected. Let's just confirm this. Okay, this goes to the climb, and we've seen that. So we might climb a little bit higher to 390 at some point, and then there's descent. And landing. It's interesting, looks like we can enter some landing data as well. We'll look at that in a little while. Well, once we're doing everything together at the same time. Yeah. I'm guessing the part here is with the FNC is about to be concluded, more or less. Looks like we have everything in there. Do I have to do pause in it on this side as well? That's already loaded, so that should be okay. Alright, so just leave this, I don't know, put this on flight plan, or let's put this in progress. Okay, so we got the, well, let me first get my 360 controller back. Okay. Okay, is the plane still there? Alright. Good, it hasn't left us yet. Didn't take off without us. What else do we have? So we have the power and avionics, the engine start section, fuel pumps. We have those right here. We have some lights, so stop lights. We have already turned on some lights. Oh, they don't go further, okay. And fuel, crossfeed. Right here, like a comm channel. Man, this is so many buttons. It's always a thing when you're new to it. You're like, oh man, all these buttons. But in the end, you know, primary flight display and MFD. What do I mean? What else do we have? So we have a couple of screens here. Let's set the QNH. That's the standard pressure really. Here we have the anti-icing system, we have the landing gear with the lights telling us whether the gear is up or down. Vital heat, static, wing inspection light. Keep the, let's turn the ball for a second. Have a look. Here's the wing inspection light, so we can use that to see if there's any ice buildup during darkness. Wing console, windshield, heating, engine stabilizer. Okay. Hydraulics, auxiliary, pump, anti-skid. And here we have some lights, nav lights, recap lights, tail flood. Yeah, let's turn that on as well. How does this thing work? I like that. Okay, and ground, like. Got some pressurization. That's always scary. I don't know too much about that. And it's either norm or manual, so let's just keep it on norm. Hopefully it will do everything for us. That would be very convenient. Temperature 24, I like the digital little screen there. Very simplistic. Cabin temp select, cockpit temp select. Cabin pack, cockpit pack, they're all on. Bleed air. No, they do not work, the circuit breakers. Here you can see the flight time that I have in this airplane. APU system, that's interesting. So we do have an APU. APU starter, generator on, alright. So I guess master on. And this should start the APU. We can hear definitely something changing. Exhaust gas temperature. That seems to be going real fast. I'm guessing this will be where our APU is hiding behind. AGT is dropping. I know in the Boeing 737 usually it drops to about 400 degrees or something. Let's see what this thing is going to do. And then once we think it's sort of stable, then we'll just turn on the generator, and I guess we can then disengage the external power. This is getting close enough for me. Turn on the generator. So we should now have APU generator. And I think, okay, look over here. I haven't looked at any of this yet. Engine on a shutdown mode. APU's on, yes. Do you have any like electrical pages and everything? Oh, let's align the IRS. I guess we just put them on that. Battery fail. That doesn't seem nice. where was the external power? You can turn that off. Then we should be able to release the ground power here as well. So I'm not quite certain now if the aircraft is already aligning its IRS, yes or no. I don't like the battery fail message there. We have APU. This is clearly my understanding or my not understanding of how these systems, tie in together. Let's actually turn on some bleed air. That's nice. Bleed valve open. Let's see if we can try this again. Turn them both off. With some aircraft you just go to nav, some you put them on a line first. They all sort of have their own thing. I have never really made it any kind of study, but this immediately says bad fail. And I'm not sure what it's referring to, because as far as I know we do have all the power that we need. Obviously the direct current batteries, they are running. I'm not sure if this requires external power. I couldn't imagine, but wait, let's try that. So reconnect the ground power. But then again, I must say I can't imagine that that would be the reason at all. I have no clue, man. It would be nice if we get the navigational systems working at some point as well. Gain radar, so this is the weather radar. We don't need that currently. This appears to be not clickable at all. Same goes for this. Course heading, course heading. And where can we set our squawk? Code. .31, and then the top one. There you go. 21. I'm not going to be bothering with the radio stations. We're just flying offline anyway. So let's not make a complex situation more complex. Right. Yeah, so basically the only thing now what I'm really wondering about, what I'm struggling with is getting the IRS system to align. It is saying battery fail. If you do the little test, we should be able to see if all the other lights work. It doesn't look like it. Obviously missing something here. Taxi light, landing lights. This is an interesting position for the lights. Hey, Flipperman, try standby power beneath external power. Oh, thanks, man. Standby power beneath external power. Thank you. Let's have a look at that. Oops. Standby power. There you go. That is now on. Hey, look at that. Hey, thanks, man. Thanks, Flippy, man. And I don't know, by the way, I must say something about your name, because there's this guitarist, Robert Fripp, from a very old band, King Crimson, and this guy is my guitar hero. I'm not sure if your name has anything to do with this guitarist, but if it does, then you found a like-minded soul. Just saying. But thanks so much, Flippy, man. Well, that was a very good guess. It's saying Align. So I think this will get us forward at some point. Standby power. I'm not sure, like linguistically, like standby power, why would that be? Yeah, okay, so it's like a backup power that needs to be there, probably. No, not at all. There's nothing to do with Robert Fripp. Yeah, well, check him out, if, I don't know, if you like music, and yeah, but he's a ferocious guitarist, man. And even now, he's old, he's gray and everything, but this man plays like he's angry, you know, like he's a very interesting guitarist, but probably, I don't know, maybe a few musicians to like. Yeah, thanks so much, Felipe, man, this really helped. I appreciate it a lot. Let's see, it looks like Align. So now I'm not sure, like, do we keep them maybe standby until the engines are running? Maybe. To me, because I don't know myself, but I would leave it on, because it looks like maybe it's some sort of backup kind of system, you know, like a backup battery or something. That would make sense, in that sense that you then turn it on in case anything fails, and you can just have at least some more power. So about the Align, so we did choose, let's see if it says anything here. No, alright, TIC has failed. And let's get rid of the ground power. Let's actually close the luggage door and the main door. Let's lock everyone inside. Oh, I like that sound. That's skilled. Yeah, and I believe if you look behind us, there is actually, it's closed off. I didn't expect that. So we have some passengers inside. Oh, how sweet. Hello, welcome aboard, everybody. Don't worry, we will at some point touch down for sure. Can we do anything here? Shades? No, but it does look nice. Can we close the shades? I would love that. Oh, that's a shame. I always love when you can just close the shades. Alright, cool. Let's get back to the flight deck. Oh shit. There you go. Now, this, I'm not sure if this is saying it is aligning. Let's see. Line fault, nav ready, on bed, no air fault. I'm not sure if you first put it on the line and then on nav. I could imagine that. At the same time, since they've been running now for a couple of minutes, I don't want to intervene too much, but what we can do, we leave the left one running and put this one first on the line and see if that at some point cues us to do something. At least we know we put this one directly to nav and it said align, so maybe this one is already aligning. We put this one off and then only to align, and that's also saying the same thing, so I'm wondering what's going to be next. Is this one at some point going to say nav ready? You put it on nav maybe? I'm really just making this up as I go, I have no clue. But we'll see. We did choose realistic align time, just for extra realism. So we've set up everything else. What are the options for our navigational display? We obviously do not have a lot of data there, since we don't have the IRS fully functioning yet. Just for a second, Gonna have a look outside. Just leave things as they are. Just let the thing do its thing and let me do mine. Get some sort of like a mental space between, I don't know, there's something to do with the executive brain. I'm curious if we're going to get this sucker off the ground. I think so, I mean, you know, but I'm not really sure how. Except just driving to the runway and blasting power. I believe it does have some detents, like a climb detent and everything. So we'll see about that. So now the next thing basically is the navigation, which just takes time. But then also I want to have a look at how do the navigational display, how does it work? Can I put like a plan page on there as well, you know, to have a look at our flight plan before we take off with like 6 people in the back, you know. I can imagine they want to arrive alive. I mean, what if, for instance, we're programming it to fly to the moon, you know? That would suck. But cool. Alright, so what else do we have? Bearing off your 1. Okay, so this is the EDDF for the direction of FMS 1. So I'm guessing we'll keep this on FMS 1. What does FMS 2 show us? Let's keep that off. We have FMS nav. So this is a really different kind of system than you see in the Boeings and the Airbus. So it's always interesting to see what are the similarities ultimately, you know. Things are just in different places. So here we have our vertical speed, flight level change. I'm not sure what the CO was again. Vertical speed, altitude VNAV, bank, like a max bank, I guess. Back course, approach, navigation, and heading. Autopilot yaw damper. Turn on the yaw damper. No? Oh wait, maybe that's only possible when you are aligned. So speaking of alignment, anything we can see down here? Not yet. So what I'll do now, I give up, and let's go to the settings, and let's choose the non-realistic option, which is the ILS align time. ILS align speed, so let's do instant, and at least we can immediately get results, see what does what. So let's turn them off. Okay, the aircraft's starting to cry, don't worry airplane. So if you put this one to align, nav ready. And then what if you put it to nav? Oops. I don't know, looks like it's working. Let me turn it off, because I do next time actually want it to be realistic. But at least we don't have to stay stuck on this. Alright, so we can see our departure here. Got some lights, we already saw that. Yes, I'm not sure about the options on the navigational display. Oh, we do have some buttons actually down here. And some text. Okay, so V speeds, ICA systems, estimated time, flight time setup, I guess, MFD setup, and primary flight display setup. VORs, airports. Okay, like that. VORs, vertical profile, sweet. Don't see any wind information yet, but I guess let's do vector. And so maybe we just see if we can start our engines. A little bit prematurely because I would like to know how to navigate this sucker up to some point. ATS, I think that's auto thrust system. You can either use the FMS or manual. Okay, so let's just use the FMS. ATS is off, so we'll probably have to turn that on then at some point. So a little note to self. Here we can set our minimums if required and our barometer. Okay, but we just use the B to put it back on 1013 what it's supposed to be. Sorry. Okay, so let's, I guess we'll just start the engines. Fuel boost, norm or on. I have no clue. Let's just do on. Then we'll probably have, do we have some fuel cutoff switches? That's those ones, okay. Alright, let's see if we can start engine number 2. So engine start, left and right and disengage. So ignition can go on, I guess, for both. Paydeck, norm. Okay. There we have N2, wow, that's going fast. Fuel. Those sounds are cool, man. I hope that sound is not the sound of us killing the engines or anything. Let's see if we can start engine number 1. That sound getting funny. It sounds like a sneezing dinosaur. Although nobody ever heard a real dinosaur, I know. But that engine's not quite doing what I want, I think. Okay, well, let's actually keep it like this. Maybe that was the hydraulics, I'm not sure. Engine number 1 does not really want to engage, does it? And I'm uncertain how to kill the engine. Come on, go down. engine number 2 appears to be running. We have oil pressure in the green, oil temperature is low. This is not in the green at all. Engine shutdown left, PS red heat off, no takeoff parking brakes are on, hydraulic pump is on, auxiliary pump, fuel boost on, left right, speed brakes, APU is on, pack HP valve open, left right. Sounds very impressive. Ignition, Frippy man, ignition. Need to turn that off again maybe for engine number 2. Thank you. Thanks man, you're pointing me into directions here. Still not sure I'm blundering blindly forward. So ignition either RH off or norm. I'm gonna try norm. See if we see anything change. This is like a flight simulator guy sitting down in the aircraft during the zombie apocalypse, and they're coming for your plane. You're like, okay, let's see if we can get this sucker into the skies. Left one. Oh yes. Oh yeah. I see what you mean. Yeah, let's turn both of them on, and just now start up engine number 1. Thanks for spotting that, Frippy man. That sucker's definitely coming to life. There you go. It looks like we're getting somewhere. Cool. Man, this is more complex than I anticipated, but here we are. Flaps 15. Do we have any, there you go. Really, for takeoff, flaps 15? I'm just gonna do it. If not, we'll retract them and we'll just go blasting full force forward. Right, see if we can both put the engines on idle here. So I'm guessing all that remains is auto thrust appears to be still off. That is now armed, killed. Then autopilot will be off. Can we now engage the yaw damper? Like that, I guess. Okay. I would like nav. VNAV if possible, but maybe that's maybe we're pushing it. Alright, let's just. I guess maybe we should go. Maybe one more thing for situational awareness. Okay, so this sort of looks like a flight plan for sure. If we can get rid of the tablet for a second. Do we have any other controls here? Auxiliary panel light, sure. Can we test these, by the way? No. Doesn't look like it. Okay. What I'm looking for is to see if we can change the mode on the navigational display. Turn VORs, airport, traffic terrain, vertical profile, wind, range. What is RNG, range, I don't know. Oh, that's just this button, alright. No clue. But with this we should be able to take off, I guess. In any case. just see, what does this do? Nav. Okay, so they probably use this for ILS landing and FMS 1, okay. But that's the PFD. So still not sure if we can change, just like we can in the Boeing. If we can change the like to plan view or something, that always greatly helps. But I guess we can skip that for now. Anything else here? So we have the flaps, stabilizer trim. Let's put that somewhere in the green. Let's have a sip of my own iced tea. And then we're ready for anything. Let's see if we still need the auxiliary fuel pump, auxiliary hydraulics pump. Yes, red heat off. I'm not sure what that is. I know red is the RAM engine turbine, but that's about it. Some of our lights. Anti-icing. Calm. Plus reversers, we can arm them. I'm not sure, you just click them. How does this work? That's interesting. If you put stow emer, it looks like it's arming them. And I must say I do like the idea of having them armed, but you can actually use them, you know. Alright, and we have some taxi lights. I hit some interesting lights, taxi lights. Still not sure what these are. Course and heading. And surely you're not going to be expected to turn this and read something on that small screen there. Alright, I guess let's just see if we can start rolling. Where's the runway? We're supposed to be quite close, that's cool. So we just push back and get onto Lima, I guess. Maybe we can drive straight out, actually. Let's see. Yeah, let's just do that. Alright, so parking brake released. So what's this saying now that we released the parking brake? Still whining about the red heat. Oh, sorry, I can't help myself. I have to check again. Looks like we may have some emergency gear. I think that's it. And just to see for the eye candy. Oh, that's just the door. Okay, it's okay, cool. Well, let's keep it closed. No clue. Let's blunder lightly forward. parking brake released. And engine idle, parking brake set. Let's remove the chocks before we start to move. Ground services, chocks. Thank you. Parking brake release. Let's roll. So I do always have the, just look away. I do always have the no crashes disabled, so I have like full, what do you call it, like full realism when it comes to crash detection and aircraft damage. So hopefully I'm not going to like overspeed it like shortly after takeoff. It has happened, and it could happen, but obviously it's not what I want. So the steering feels a little bit funny. So it's exciting. Not the type of aircraft I often fly. I also have like a Learjet, I have the F-28. But that's more like an old school airliner. So anyone thinks I should take this on Vetsum right now? Raise your hand. Okay, so let's watch our speed. Our brakes appear to be working as well. That's good news too. Oh, here we are. Landing lights. Let's hold short here for a moment. Went a little bit over the line. Okay, still about that PS rat seat, okay. And how do we turn on the TCAS? Or is that already on, maybe? I think earlier it said TCAS off, so maybe that's on, but then I don't know what I did to actually activate it. Okay. Alright, man. We have to turn on the landing lights. Do we have any kind of timer that we can start, maybe? Let's not mess with it, let's just get out of here, I guess. Nope. Okay, parking brakes released. Hey Leo, how are you doing, man? Thanks for saying hi, hope you're doing well. I'm doing good. There's been some turbulence, and then I did some, made a impulsive purchase, which is this aircraft, and decided to just take her for a spin. Did some retail therapy, and take her for a spin live on the channel, just for the very first time. So I've been very lucky. Fripperman was helping out here and there, saying some keywords like, hey man, maybe check this or check that, while I was struggling. So it's beginning to become sort of like a group effort here. But all kidding aside, that's nice, and so we're just giving it a shot and see what's going to happen. We're going to do a short flight, hopefully. It's going to be a flight from Düsseldorf, from Frankfurt, excuse me, in Germany, to Copenhagen, Denmark. Alright. I must admit I'm a little bit scared. But we're pretty much good to go. Just want to check the indent, so we have climb, takeoff, and MC, and we have max. Let's first do takeoff, I guess. Man, this is going slow. Whoops, that's max. Alright, let's just see what's going to happen. Right. Flap limit, that's interesting. We do get a muscle caution there. And what does that think? Before we go too quick and we explode. PS red heat. Yeah, it really doesn't like that. Okay. Let's see if we can engage the autopilot. AP appears to be turning on. And where is this throttle? That's very hard to see. It's just doing its own thing there. Hopefully that will help us. I would like to keep on climbing, please. Let's just reset the master caution. And then let's try... Oh, we didn't set an altitude, of course. So let's for now turn the autopilot off. Just go level for a little bit. And turn the autopilot back on. Let's go flight level 340. So these screws here really work. That's pretty cool. But we're not going up. So flight level change. And shall we try to raise the gear? What do you think? I'm sorry, I thought I raised the gear, but so far pretty cool. Man, that's a pretty loud plane on the outside. We should be able to turn off the taxi lights. So still that PS red heat. What the hell is that, man? Phytostatic. We need those. There you go. APU gen off. Yeah, we can actually turn off the entire APU. Few boost, left, right, speed brakes. Few boost. Can we put it to norm? Would have liked that. Looks like it. So what's our speed doing? Try to hold at 250 knots, I think. And now we're passing 10,000. Let's turn off the landing lights. And where was the seatbelt sign? If these people are that courageous, then they can turn off their seatbelts. Looks like we're navigating. We're aviating, we're navigating. Well, communicating is just me babbling, using my mouth, moving it, and some sounds come out. $11,000, so we're climbing to flight level 340. We're past transition altitude, but it's actually the same level, but let's nonetheless press standard. I thought this also had lateral navigation, but we have nav and VNav. So maybe it doesn't, I'm not sure. So Tabum will be next, 10 nautical miles. Yeah, so there's no speed or altitude in here. I'm not saying there can be, I don't know. There is actually 250 knots. And then we have some altitude, so okay. I did see, I believe they have like a toilet or something when I was looking, playing around with the camera views. I don't know, would that be in the back? Excuse me? We have a cold brown. I think that's it. That's funny. No, it would be really cute if some water would be dispensed through here. That's the toilet seat. It's cute. So we can take a fancy load off if you want. Hello, you very courageous people. Alright, so they got some wines here. Bordeaux, Merlot. Cute. So just got myself a new iced tea, because that was running out. Can we close this again? Okay. Okay, so what's our speed doing? It looks like it's aiming 300. That's correct. That's what we saw in the SMS. Flight level 220. Up next, Lixie. So exciting. Hopefully we can land this plane at Copenhagen airport. I'm really happy with the ATS. I believe it was optional, we could choose it here. Because managing the speed in this aircraft, that is something else, man. That's really, sometimes it's just too much. So we got Lorpa, MARUN, Ulano, and so on. We're following FMS1. Hopefully the pressurization system is still happy. I'm guessing. .2 miles to Lorpa. So, while we climb, let's have a look at our arrival. Ours would be the MONAK 4 Charlie. MONAK MAKEL, and it will take us to Arkady. So, flight plan. MONAK orbit MAKEL. CH643 to Arkady. And then after Arkady we get discontinuity. And what is our runway is 22 right. Just to double check here on the arrival, 22 right, okay. The MONAK 4 Charlie. So let's get the chart for that one. Approach. ILS 22 right. Pin it. Arkady, Rookie. Okay, so it's taking us, it wants basically to go from Arkady straight to Rookie, but that's quite close to my liking. I want to now experiment and see if we can create a new waypoint off of Rookie. So 217. Let's just see what is the reciprocal. 037. So from Rookie, copy it, goes in the scratch pad, and now let's see. I'm not sure if it does it, and if it does, if we have the correct format. So what I will first try is Rookie 037 degrees, without a slash or anything. Should just keep typing 037, then a forward slash, and let's say how far. let's say 5 knots, come out. And then we want to insert this somewhere. Oops. Flight plan. And this should be before Rookie. Long track waypoint not available. So it sort of seems to recognize what we're trying to do. Can we do it there? Nope. And I've seen this message before in other planes. Then just play around with the format for a second. 037. So now forward slash 037 forward slash 5 miles. Not in database, okay. And here's the same deal, facility not found. Okay. It looks like the formatting might have been okay, like initially tried. 037 and then 5 miles. But now just doesn't like, it says a long track waypoint not available, so I'm not really sure how that works. So maybe before we do this, let's just clear that all out. And can we delete the discontinuity? Invalid delete, okay. Can we copy the Rookie onto the discontinuity? What did I just do? Did the Rookie just go? Adobe. Looks like Rookie just went, man. What do we do? Speed 312. So we're at our cruising altitude. Flipperman, it looks like Rookie is already there, so just clear the discontinuity. Yeah, it looks like the discontinuity didn't want to clear. And Rookie was there, but then I don't know, I'm losing track. It's okay. Is this something we can delete? I've never seen it, like as assigned. Just gonna try. Delete. Okay, then we have discontinuity. Can we now delete this one? Yes, finally. Cool. Oh, we'll have to re-enter it, I guess. So, Adobe CH2RF. So I believe that was after Adobe. So then what we'll try after Adobe is Rookie. Heading 037 at 5 miles. That's interesting. I don't know what it does, man. It just... Let's see. Charlie Auto 2 Romeo Foxtrot. Okay. Okay, let's just re-enter Rookie in any case. That needs to be in there and, in any case. That should go there. Okay, so far so good. And then now after, so let's Rookie 037. I just want to be able to do this. And it looks like we should be able to. And it says a long track. I'm not sure what that means, but it's not going to work. That's okay. Then we can also vector ourselves, I guess. Oh my god. Okay, well at least we got our flight, I got our waypoint back, Rookie. We miss you, Rookie. Welcome back, sir. Or madam, I don't know. Welcome back, my sweet waypoint. Oh man, this thing is loud on the outside. CH2RF 201, and there's the runway. Rookie, we should be 3,000 feet, max 220 knots. And can we enter that ourselves? 3,000, and how much was it? 220 knots. Let's give that a shot. 220, 3,000. Alright, looks like it. 2,000 feet. There's no speed restriction there. I have no clue what the landing speed is for this aircraft. Let's have a look at the map. There should be also a map view. Also, let's have a look how that's behaving. On our way to Hanover, there's Bremen, Hamburg. Alright, so at least we're going to into the correct direction. Oh, now I see your message, Flipperman. You deleted it. Put it in again. Yep. Yeah, you know, at some point, it's interesting. Like speaking and thinking at the same time. Especially for my brain, that can be an interesting challenge. But yeah, and then yeah, really, you know, that it's an executive functioning that sort of gets like a cognitive overload, I guess, you know, like, and then you basically start missing extremely simple things, like super obvious simple things right into their face, and it just basically turns you into Forrest Gump or something, you know. And well, that's where we are. But we're still flying. Thanks so much for all the help. That's way cool, man. And hopefully we can land the sucker, man. How cool would that be? I will try to make a recording of it, and obviously if the touchdown goes well, then that will be very nice. But yeah, we do have a new plane on the channel now. You know, I'm not going to return this or anything. There is a link in the video description linking to the website of these developers, but you cannot purchase it directly through them. You can only purchase it through the Microsoft Marketplace, which I think is a little bit lame, but apparently that's what everybody wanted there. So that's what they did, and that's what I did. But at least then you can get some information, you know, if anyone's interested in finding out anything about this airplane. And as I said at the beginning of the video, go definitely check 320 Sim Pilot. He basically what inspired me to purchase this one is mostly the fact that he just uploaded a new video with his aircraft, which I basically sort of skimmed through the first like 1/3. Then I was like, okay, man, I'm just gonna buy this one and let's just jump into it, you know. But then obviously later I will definitely go check, because this guy, he's like a god. He's a gentleman, and he's smart, and he has didactic skills, you know. He knows how to explain how things work, how they tie together. That's really, really very interesting. So definitely, if anyone's interested, go check his video for sure, man. Now looks good. Don't know how you activate the ILS. I'm not sure either, but it's a good point. We'll just start entering the frequency somewhere, and yeah, that's probably going to be it. And I think I've already saw how to do that. We can select either through here. It was somewhere, I don't know, but we'll see that. It will be, I think it will be this one, nav. And then for the nav source, you can probably specify which source you want, and that will then be the, probably it will be under VOR or nav 1. I think that's how we'll activate, or at least how we tune in to the ILS, and then to actually activate, then obviously there will just be the APP. Do they have a localizer button? So we'll change CO, not sure what that is, vertical speed, bank, standby, backwards, approach. Probably just the approach button, I would guess. So let's keep going. 110.9, Kilo Lima Kilo, heading 217. This will be our final approach course. 110.9. So I'm not sure why this one is separate, but nav. 110.9. That is at least that's selected up here. I don't know what this does yet exactly. but I don't think it can hurt. And here we see this actually as well, so this is basically like a shortcut, probably for the pilot monitoring. I don't know, it doesn't have to reach over to this side or something, I don't know, for the nav 1, because the nav 2 is at the first officer side. Yeah, I'm thinking as well, the approach button. Sometimes you have a separate localizer button, you know, right? So, since we don't see one here, I agree with you. Right, so mind your ears. Let's have a look outside for a second. There's some nice details, man. I really like it. Well, there's a whole bunch of stuff going on here that I can hardly tell anyone anything about. I like these spinning fans, man. Look at that. Alright, so after landing, the first thing we'll do is we buy a new setup here. And if you can't afford a new setup here, you can just start with one here, you know. Alright, so to go back to the approach, we have the nav 1 is now saying something else. I could have sworn this has actually changed. I don't understand why. Unless this thing auto-tunes like a red nav page kind of thing, but it doesn't look like it. It should be 110.9. Yeah. Then is there like a way to answer it or something? We press it. Nav audio, if we don't think so. 10.9, and then you can see that it's changed down here as well, but I would like to keep it there. I don't want to go outside like I did just now and come back and then all of a sudden it says 114.750 or whatever it was. That's a bit odd. Don't know why that is. Alright, we have it there at least. They are right. So up next will be ELKIM. Let's go to the arrival chart. See if there's any altitude constrictions. Next, so there's a speed constriction. Charlie Hotel 643, we should be at or below flight level 0900, 643. And that is actually in there, okay. I'm guessing after MAKEL, the top of descent, reading that there is a death reading there, you know. But it's assumptions. But, you know, we do have these very brave people in the back. So we do have a responsibility of getting them safely to Copenhagen, you know. It's not their fault that I just purchased an airplane on a whim and just decide to take it for a spin on the channel, you know, gambling their lives and maybe my social status, which is all okay. Okay, let's zoom out a little bit. Well, so far, obviously, just like with any flight, so far so good. You know, when you're just flying, it's okay. You know, level flight. That's not like an achievement. So far, they look satisfied. Yeah, sometimes these GSX faces, man, these are quite okay. But there's this one guy who always looks like really like anxious, you know, like he's got some form of anxiety going on. But he's not among this crowd. This guy looks quite happy and content. This guy looks a little bit like turned inward, I guess. He looks like a thinker, maybe. She's smiling. She looks like she got something on her mind and smiling about what she has on her mind. This guy, I don't know, can't really read him. He's, I don't know. I think he's a psychopath. Sorry, dude. And this guy, he looks, I don't know, maybe a little bit, what's the word? Apprehensive? Maybe something's bothering him, you know? It's none of our business. Everybody's carrying something. All I can say is they are very brave for a flight with us. Well, let's hope they stay satisfied, Flippy man. Oh, the engine's doing something here. So here we have the wind, so we chose vectors, or you can have XY, but the XY just messes with my brain. So this works for my brain a lot better. So yeah, at some point we'll start to descend. Hopefully the speed will be managed by the FMS. If that's the case, it will be like 80% more easy, really, because that can be quite overwhelming, especially in new aircraft. Just keep on managing the speed like that, especially these high speeds, you know. When you go too fast, it can get a little bit scary, real fast. It still doesn't look like there's any other mode that the NAS display can display, at least not that I have found. I guess this is the timer that I was looking for. TOD is shown? Really? Where did you see that, Flippy man? Oh, there you go. Oh, you're absolutely right. TOD. Let's hope it's not a VOR station called TOD. No, I'm kidding. You're absolutely right. It looks like the TOD. That helps. Oh, let's return. Landing speeds. That is currently on auto. could see, I don't think this has a calculator. We have weights, luggage, seat. It's just basically the weights section, I guess. Navigate map, weights, ground services, config. I don't think this has a calculator as such. So I guess we'll just have to make do. 250 knots, and then what's happening? 220 at Adobe. 220. And it doesn't say the speed upon landing, so we'll see about that. I just noticed, it's like the Hamburg VOR appearing here or flashing. And I guess what I was thinking was maybe correct, 113.10. It looks like it is picking these up automatically. Can we click this? Yes, we can, and it will show. Never mind about that. Tune. That's 2 pages. Transponder. And if we say 110.90, can we like override? It says an M, so maybe that's manual, so maybe it will stick now. It's sticking, it's at least it's displaying there. Here as well. Nothing in nav2, but we don't need it in the nav2 per se. So you have a radio tuning panel here, so you get that through navigation basically. So the nav index actually basically is sort of an index page. What can we do under maintenance? Maybe nothing since we're flying. Departure arrival, button it, hold and tune. Well, we're not going to dive into any holdings or anything. Okay, so the top of descent would then be coming closer. Let's see. So it looks like the range button is totally ignoring my input. Let's first return. There you go. Yeah, so that's definitely getting closer. So, what I will do for now, hopefully we have some sort of LNAV, otherwise we'll fix that anyway. I'm going to set 2,000 feet for the glide slope intercept. And what we can then do is maybe see, will it start to descend automatically once it flies over the TOD? If not, we'll do some level change, I guess, or vertical speed. So we set 2,000 feet there. The AP is still on, lateral navigation. And I'm guessing 9,000 under path is probably then the next constraint. So in that sense, we are definitely being helped. It looks like we will be helped by the autopilot. But then we still don't know if we'll start descending automatically as well, you know. The TOD getting very close. Like on altitude hold. And is this our descent path coming close? Look at that. VA cell. Yeah, it looks like it starts descending on its own. That's pretty sweet. Let me start up the sky dolly so I can record the descent and the landing. Hopefully we will actually touch down voluntarily, not involuntarily. Up next, 11 nautical miles, MAKEL. Let's zoom back out again a little bit. Have some sort of situational awareness. So then at some point after, so basically I think what the FMS is doing, it's flying us to Adobe and then from Adobe to Ruki. And that gives us like 8 miles to get to 2,000 feet and yeah, so that should probably be doable. Just thinking it's maybe quite a sharp turn, you know. But I guess we'll do fine. So the thrust reversers are still armed. Probably by now you should probably have them disarmed, but let's just keep them armed for now. And let's monitor the speed. 300 is what it's targeting, and I believe we should be able to see that under not arrival performance. And descent. So target speed 300. Do we have any weather on our destination, perhaps? Present position. Then we'll just go to Navigraph. Go to the airport weather. 2006 knots. Is this something we can enter? 206 knots, that will be the wind. Oh, I needed to check here. And the temperature 24, QNH 1010. So temperature 24. And do we have the QNH anywhere that we can put it? Elevation 11 feet. Don't think so, although we do have 2 other pages. Slope with threshold, runway condition, let's say it's dry, density, altitude, I'm not sure what that is. Anti-ice off, flaps 35. Landing data. So an additional 5 knots, I don't know. Well, looks like we have some approach speed, 121. That's including 5 knots of wind. So let's remember 121. So on our way to MONAK, 22 miles. There's our arrival. Cool, man. Let's have another look outside. God, this thing is loud, man. But a very cool sound. I do like the wings. Yeah, so I'm not sure when this airplane was released. I think probably in the last couple of days or something. I think I did see it. I don't go to the marketplace very often, but on the on the main menu you always see something featured on the marketplace, right? And I think I do remember seeing it there. Let me check the time. 1842. Okay. Yeah, so I do think I remember seeing it there. But never even like checked it out. But it looks like a nice plane so far. And if we pull this off, then maybe it would be nice to have another flight at some point and see how high she can go and how fast. Because I believe she can go like 0.92 Mach or something, which is like insane. That's like super fast. And especially when you go with these high altitudes. So, I don't know what the range of this aircraft is. Obviously, will not have too far a range, you know, since it's limited in its fuel carrying capacity, obviously. So don't know about that, but nonetheless, it could be cool to give all that stuff a try. Speed is in descent mode. That's good. Targeting 300. Let's check the progress page. So it looks like 12 minutes until we touch down. So let's just turn the seatbelt sign back on. Okay, kids, this is your captain. Turn on your seatbelt signs and yeah, have fun. We're all very proud of you. 20,000 feet. So let's hope this retail therapy of mine is going to work out. Blundering blindly forward on a YouTube channel. I don't know if that is the way to success, but at least it's fun, and that's why we're here. And to learn about the thing, you know. I think I've already learned so much, and also had some help from Frippe, man. So thanks again, man. So much appreciated. MONAK in 1.7 miles. Let's increase the zoom. But yeah, so far so good. We're still descending voluntarily. Which, if you ask me, is an absolute quality of life choice. I do find the little bulge below quite interesting. Alright, what are we looking at? 60,500. Now it's getting exciting. The plane is new to me as well. Ah, okay, Flipper man. Cool, man. Well, it's for sure, I agree with you 104%. It's getting exciting now, absolutely. Let's set the QNH. Did not check what is the transition altitude, 5,000 feet. The QNH was 1010. Runway heading 217. Let's put in the runway heading just in case we need it for a manual vectoring or whatever. Okay, maybe I just press and hold then. So what does the course deviation indicator thingy? Not sure if I see anything changing. Minutes, 54 miles. I'm thinking this is track miles. So now it's following FMS. Minimums, let's set those. I think this is 214 or something. 214 or 200 radio altitude. Radio at 200, that's actually already in there. That's cool, I'll keep it. Yeah, so indeed, getting exciting at some point. Speed 244, targeting 250, we're getting near to 10,000 feet. Transition altitude is 5,000, QNH 1010, so we'll need to change that at some point. And I think also at some point I don't want to do it now, but we'll have to probably click nav. Yeah, we'll do this on final approach. I know it's a little bit at the very last moment, but hey, that's how we push the envelope, I guess. If I'm making it sounding bigger than it is, then I'm succeeding. But yeah, it's just a trial and error. We just have a look at what it does, you know. We got the heading there to support us, so we can always go to heading mode. Course. Let's set the course here as well. 217, actually. Might that already be set? Not certain. 10,000 feet, let's turn on the landing lights. We could find them here. Now, when it comes to flap settings, just speed, flight plan. Oh, maybe this is flight plan and not. Yeah, probably flight plan. I think during takeoff I have that as speed and flaps or something, like in the hectic situation of everything happening at once. Alright, we're below 10,000. Up next, Charlie Hotel 636. $9,000 or below. Then Adobe 220 knots, 4,000 or below. 9 minutes away. Adobe 4,000 or below, max speed 220 knots. Rookie has also max speed there. $220 knots max. So we don't have to fly 220, we can also... Hey, yes, that's a flight plan, please. I'm not sure what you mean, man. we're flying to Copenhagen. We're already descending. We're about to touch down in about 10 minutes. The nav box still holding, 110.9. I'm happy to see that. So 210. Yeah, I guess that should be it. Yeah, there's a lot of free mods and everything available for sure. Soon flying over the Öresundbrücke between Denmark and Sweden. Oh, that's so cool, man. I'm guessing that's this one. Flippy, man. Thanks so much for providing a little extra info there. That's so cool. I had no clue. I can be very ignorant at sometimes. But fortunately, I do excel in other parts to compensate. Right, so we're getting closer and closer. This is getting exciting for sure, man. Let's see. I think I want to turn on the taxi lights so we don't have to do that later. And I definitely need a little sip here. Your approach is well, but speed may be a bit high. Reduce speed, nose up, you will descend naturally better. Thanks, yes. At the moment, the experiment is to follow the speed constraints in the flight plan. So we are now on our way to Adobe, and we should be there 4,000 feet or below. And speed maximum 220 knots. If you go to flight plan, you will see the restrictions right here. 4,000 feet or below, 220 knots. And it looks like the FMS, or actually the ATS, the auto thrust system, is following the basically what the FMS is dictating. So the experiment is now that we'll see if this will actually work, because this is the first time flying it. Check your radio settings for ILS and arm approach. Yes, sir. Thanks for the man. I always wait until Ruchi and then take a right turn and left turn, and then I will turn on the approach button. But thanks so much for the reminder. That's usually how I do it. So for now, we'll stay on course just like we are. We're not pre-arming just yet. Man, I'm getting nervous in a good kind of way. I like it. It's waking me up. That's good. We're below 5,000 feet, so let's start by setting QNH 1010. Come on, one more, 1010, there you go. Here's a left turn at Adobe to Ruchi. We are 4,000 feet. Speed is okay. Final approach speed was 121. It's now saying 120, maybe because we burned a little bit more fuel. We have 110.9 on our way to Ruchi. And I think we can see we're below the glide slope. Oh, this is exciting, man. It's pretty cool. Thanks, guys, for flying with me. Really, that's what you're doing, isn't it? It's absolutely appreciated. Thank you so much. It's nice. It helps, you know. Like, hey, man, don't forget this, don't forget that. Oh, okay. And you know, sometimes I'm on it, sometimes I may forget it. So yeah, I really like it. So again, thanks. Looking cool. Alright, man. Left turn at Ruchi in about 10 miles, 1 mile or so. So, let's now see what happens. We're returning. Now we have about 8 miles, 7.9, to sort of get ourselves to 2,000 feet, which the aircraft should be doing for us. Looks like it's managing the speed. At some point we'll have to extend some flaps, I guess. I'm gonna go flaps 1. And now what happens if we turn on approach? Localizer. So it looks like a localizer is actually intercepted, so that's a good thing. And glide slope. I'm not sure if that's intercepted or simply armed. Localizer 1. So it looks like we may not actually have to do anything here. Course is set as well, 217. I think we saw that Where the hell was it? Up here? But this actually now looks a little bit different, so I'm not really sure. But it looks like we're doing good. 3,000 feet. So let's get down to 2,000. There comes the glide slope. Glide slope capture. There's our runway. Oh, this is getting exciting, guys. So what's the next stage of flaps? Would be flaps 5. Let's see if we can get away with that. 210 is flaps 15. Thrust reversers are armed, so we do have reversers at our disposal. Flaps 15 now. Do we have any kind of DME? Okay, I think that's, yeah, so let's drop the gear. Gear down. Flaps 35. That's full flaps. So we're at full flaps and gear down. And we have a radio altitude as well, 1,200 feet. I'm getting a little bit scared, guys. yes, I don't see the airport. That's going to be a problem, yes. Speed 121, we're at 1,000 feet. Now, I'm not sure how she's going to behave. I can turn off the autopilot, but not sure what will happen to the auto thrust. So, autopilot off. And we might need to turn off the auto thrust before we touch, slightly before touchdown. This is a nice and low approach speed, I must say. I think I like it. Let's go nose up, pitch up a little bit. So at some point I'm going to turn off put the engine on idle. So I'm not sure what that will do to the auto thrust system. Engine idle, auto thrust off. Flare. Oh, looks like we're down. Welcome to Copenhagen, everybody. Let's get the reversers down. So they seem to kick in a little bit slow, but they're definitely at work. Engine to idle, or flaps up. Not sure actually if we had a speed brake with its arm or anything. Doesn't look like. Little bit of toe braking. Mr. Poach. Very well done. Thanks, Flippy Ben. Thanks so much, guys. Let's have a look outside. Oh, looks like we're in one piece. And yeah, yes, you were right. I was to be right for the center line, but still managed to settle down correctly, or at least in one piece. I don't know about the 6 people in the back. They might need some severe emotional and psychological counseling. I don't know, but we did make it. And yeah, this for the very first flight. I'm more than satisfied for sure. I must say I have no clue where I'm going, but probably there the direction where the tower is will be okay for us. Usually I always check before landing where you have to go. When you're almost on the runway, you can skip the pappies. Yeah, exactly. At some point, it's just, you know, it's you against the runway. Yeah, but yeah, cool, man. That's the Cessna C750, the Citation X. Let's see if we put the engine on idle, see if we can still keep on taxiing at a decent speed. I guess the thrust reverses can go back to norm now. And the landing lights can come off too. Yeah, so aircraft is nice. I'm happy with it. As I said, it's my absolute very first time loading it into the sim and flying it, pressing its buttons, etc. I just felt like, you know, let's just do it. Let's see how this is going to go down. And I missed a couple of things and got reminded, and that definitely helped a lot. Maybe it's good to just have a look at the airport and see where the hell we are. Okay, so we just keep on going, and we cross runway 30, and then, yeah, we'll just settle down somewhere, that's okay. Do you fly yourself? No, I do not fly myself, yes. And yeah, and if you're interested in seeing me fly some airliners, then yeah, just check the channel. There's a whole bunch of airliners that I fly. I mainly fly airliners, actually. I'm reading something about taxi overspeed. Probably, very likely. I've no clue where the ground speed actually is displayed in this aircraft. Usually in these airliners you will see it in the top left corner of the nav display or something. But that's about it, kids. Well, just following the taxi here to the main apron area, settle down anywhere at some point, and yeah, that'll be it. And then later I'll see if I can make a little landing replay, which will be nice to see myself landing this aircraft for the very first time. It looks like a cool aircraft, and as I said, I think it has a ceiling of like 50,000 feet or something, so it's quite high. And the max speed is 0.92 Mach, if I remember this correctly, with 0.9 something, which is, as far as I know, it's basically faster than an airliner, you know. So that's interesting. 30 is high, 20 knots acceptable. Yeah, exactly. I try to not go over 30 knots usually, but I don't think I actually can see anywhere here what the ground speed is. Maybe it's just staring at me in my face and I'm simply not seeing it. Ground speed, 21, there you go. It's right here. Okay, cool, so 21. Okay, so we're crossing runway 30, I believe it was called. And it's nice with engines on idle at the moment. And maybe we'll just park next to some airliners there. At this point, I'm already satisfied. It was a lot of fun to purchase this plane, to load it for the first time, and then to also do it on the channel. Just see if we can get away with it. And so far, yeah, could have done a lot worse. Alright, let's slow it down a little bit. Maybe there's the section, oh, they all have jetways, right? Yeah, let's turn in here, that's it. There you go. It's a bit of an abrupt turn there. Obviously this is not the type of parking for aircraft like these. That should do. Okay, let's set parking brake. Parking brake set. Let's have a look outside, see if we're actually still in one piece. Well, it looks like it. Yeah, so that's the Cessna Citation X, the C750. By FlightFX. So a relatively new plane. As far as I know, don't know when it was released. I think probably maybe a week or something, I don't know. But here we are. Welcome to Copenhagen again. Thank you guys very much for checking and for the help, especially Flipperman. You were exceptionally sharp there at some moments, some key moments, which is absolutely appreciated. Thanks so much. Made it into sort of like a group effort kind of thing, which was kind of cool. So thanks again for that. Thanks for everybody. Flipperman saying it feels like a plane you want to own yourself in real life. If you can afford, yeah, if you can afford it. These suckers are expensive, probably. You should get a mod for ATC, probably 10M, 30M, in my opinion, even commercial. And even commercial planes are that much. They're expensive. It's all like super expensive equipment, man. It's crazy. Yeah, the ATC. I checked I checked some videos about the what's it called? Something intentions. Say intentions, I believe. There's some ATC programs, but I don't like using that at all. I haven't purchased it. I'm not going to. I do like flying online every now and then on headset, and that's when you get really nervous, because the last thing you want to do is ask the controller how to fly your airplane, you know. So that's always a little bit interesting. Alright guys, I have to get going. Thank you very much again for checking, and I will see you all at the next video. And everybody stay cool, keep your loved ones close. Bye bye.